Good evening, and welcome to my presentation for my Careers in Psychology Final Career Project. My name is Lisa Marie Carlin. I'm married and I have two children. Currently, I work as a lead emergency medical technician for a local health system here in Meridian. I received my National Registry certification for my EMT in 2018, and I am a current sophomore psychology major with Mississippi State University. I've had a few career changes before landing on the psychology program: early childhood development, rad tech, emergency management, and homeland security. And then I got to thinking my ultimate goal was always to help people, and being in therapy myself, why not help others with experience that I've went through, make it through their problems. My ultimate goal is to obtain my PhD in psychology with an emphasis on trauma counseling and clinical cognitive science. My hope is to one day open my own practice here in Meridian, geared towards helping first responders, healthcare workers, and veterans with their families with grief and therapy, trauma therapy, because we don't have anything like that around here. The career opportunity that I found is a social science specialist career crisis responder. The responsibilities is to implement suicide and mental health crisis prevention strategies, conduct interviews, and utilize assessment tools to assess emotional, functional, and psychological conditions, assist veterans and their families and loved ones with issues with their mental health issues and guide them towards support groups and things like that. This is a call center, may I say. This is the VA crisis hotline. They call in when they're in a moment of suicidal ideations, depression, anxiety, anything that may be going on. They give us a call when they're scared. I provide psychoeducation and direct advice regarding suicide and mental illness during crisis. I provide support and identify those high-risk veterans and coordinate enhanced care for them. I complete diagnostic and assessments, and I keep the caller or the texter, because they can text into this, talking. Keep them engaged, let them know it's going to be okay, all the while doing paperwork and my report and everything to try and get them the specialized help they need right there. Because if they're still engaging with you, that means they're not doing anything that they will regret. They're not harming themselves. And like I said, I will have to maintain my the records. In order to have this job, you must be a U.S. citizen. I don't have to participate in selective service. I must be proficient in written and spoken English. I have to serve a probation period and go through a background check. I will have to do an onboarding process, and they do participate in the flu and coronavirus vaccines. For my education and experience requirements, I would have to successfully complete a bachelor's degree or higher from an accredited college or university in behavioral health, such as psychology, social work, sociology, and the like, which I will have upon graduation. And then, or at least 2 years of specialized experience as a first responder, such as police, medic, emergency medical technician, and the like. Does this fit my goals and personality? This position absolutely fits my goal, providing therapy to veterans. Although I would love to see first responders and healthcare workers receive the same type of therapy, but working with veterans is a start. My personality has always been positive and outgoing and geared towards helping others. Therefore, I would be a great fit for this job. Upon graduation, other than the specialized clinical experience, I would still apply because no experience is not always a deal breaker. And I'm paraphrasing: bachelor's degree in a behavioral health field, i.e. psychology, or 2 years of specialized experience as a first responder, which I will have upon graduation, both of those, since I will have my bachelor's in psychology and I have been a nationally registered EMT for 5 years. As the way the job description reads, there's no other specific certification that I would need to obtain for this position, although I do currently hold psychological first aid and skills for psychological recovery, caring for and treating veterans with PTSD, uh, cognitive-based therapy for depression in veterans and service members, assessing and treating OCD in veterans, and these were obtained through the VA. I've always been one that had the passion to give back to our military. These soldiers deserve everything good we can give them and so much more. They do not deserve to come home and not have someone in their corner to help them through their experiences. I am and always have been a goal getter. A goal getter as well. If I have a goal set in front of me, no matter what I have to do to obtain that goal, I will give myself 110% to make it happen. I have a take charge attitude and have never required much supervision to get things done. My past coworkers have always responded well to me and my personality. I have always either been on the same level as coworkers or shift leader, and yes, there have been disagreements. But I'm a firm believer in praise in public and punish in private. So if I have a disagreement with someone, I would pull them off to the side, speak to them about it, and if we can't come to a general consensus that is amicable, I would then escalate that to a supervisor if need be. People from different backgrounds, of course, you're going to work with those. If a topic has been brought up and this specific person does not agree with something I say due to a background that they have, I would like to hear what their thoughts are on it. And if it clearly shows we have a difference of opinion, I would be civil and work with them and see if we can come to a conclusion that would make things work, that would utilize both of our backgrounds. I've been criticized, and it's not been because of me not doing my job. I've been criticized for actually doing my job too well. Being too friendly, talking too much. When I form relationships with patients, when I worked in admissions, or when I would go above and beyond for my coworkers or my supervisors. When my work was done, they then expected it. So when I couldn't do it, I was criticized and called lazy for that. Having worked in customer service, I've learned to multitask, do computer work, talk with clients, and still complete the process in a timely manner. And I also have OCD, so that makes me very meticulous on small details. I don't like chaos, and maintaining order is very important to me to maintain a healthy work environment. I believe I would be an amazing asset to your team due to my personable skills and my ability to catch on to things very quickly. With my skills I've learned from working as an EMT, I have learned to work under pressure and still maintain professionalism. I'm compassionate and caring to all people, and I have the utmost admiration for our military and working with them in their times of need. And that would just make me work that much harder to make sure they get the care that they need. I believe I've had a positive experience figuring out what I truly want to do upon graduation. When I first decided to become a psychology major, I planned on working with adolescents and young adults with substance abuse and mental illness. But working as a first responder, I realized there isn't much specialized care for those individuals in my area, and I would like to start an Essential Heroes project here in Meridian for that. I've already started getting it off the ground, talking with other people. Yes, my idea of my job has changed. Like I said, I wanted to work with young adults and adolescents through their traumas. Although therapy for young people is incredibly important, there are many programs for this type of therapy already, and not a lot for our military and first responder heroes here in my area. So I would like to bring that here. I plan on observing an up and coming mental wellness facility here in Meridian, speaking with my frontline workers at the hospitals and working at the VA to hopefully gain some perspective through our vets and what they would like to be seen done through my Essential Heroes project idea. My goals between now and then and graduation would be practice reading other people's emotions and try not to get ahead of myself and speak over other people. I want to work on being more aware of the issues going on in our world. Therefore, I can help the veterans and kind of connect with them by knowing what they're dealing with over there. I also plan to work on my confidence level. I have always been one to second guess myself and my abilities, and I want to work on knowing that I am good enough to help others and I can make a positive change in someone else's life. Thank you so much for this opportunity in this class, and thank you for watching.